You are sitting on the edge of your bed or on the couch. You know you need to go to the gym, you want to go, but you are frozen. There is an invisible wall between thinking and moving. You feel heavy. The air feels thick. The gravity feels doubled. You are experiencing resistance. In electrical engineering, air is an insulator. It stops the flow of electricity. Right now, your mind is full of air, doubts, comfort, laziness. Your intentions are the power source and your body is the machine. But the circuit is open. There is a gap, and the current cannot flow across the gap. You are waiting for the gap to close itself. You are waiting to feel like it. That will never happen. To cross the gap, you don't need motivation. You need an arc flash. This ends today. We are stopping the negotiation with the air gap. We are going to apply the laws of high voltage physics. The problem is static friction. In electricity, we call this the dielectric strength of the insulator. To overcome it, you cannot be gentle. You cannot be low voltage. You need a massive, sudden spike in energy that rips through the air, ionizes the path, and forces the current to flow whether the air wants it to or not. You need to become the high-voltage electrician. This is the voltage spike protocol. It is a system designed to bypass your brain's resistance and jumpstart the engine. It consists of 3 phases. First, the capacitor charge, accumulating potential. Second, the breakdown voltage, the sensory shock. Third, the closed circuit, the conductive path. We are going to turn up the dial until the resistance creates a spark. And once that spark jumps, the fire begins. Stop waiting for the power, generate the spike. Before a lightning bolt strikes, the clouds must build up a massive charge. Before a defibrillator shocks a heart, the capacitor must scream as it loads energy. You are failing to start because you are trying to arc with an empty battery. You are sitting there drained, trying to push a button that has no power behind it. The first phase is the charge. You must artificially generate potential difference. In the 15 minutes before you need to leave, you must stop leaking energy. Scrolling social media is a leak. It is a ground fault. It drains your dopamine into the dirt. Watching TV is a leak. To build the charge, you must isolate the system. Cut the leaks. Put the phone down. Turn off the TV. Sit in silence for 60 seconds. Visualize the heavy weight. Visualize the iron. You are accumulating mental voltage. You are gathering the electrons. You need to feel the pressure building inside your skull. You are not relaxing. You are loading. The amateur uses this time to chill. The electrician uses this time to prime the coil. He breathes fast, hyperoxygenation. He paces. He creates kinetic energy. He is turning his body into a loaded weapon. Load the coil. This is where the concept of pre-workout, chemical or psychological, comes in. It is not about the caffeine. It is about the ritual of the charge. When you mix the drink, you are flipping the switches in the power plant. You are telling your central nervous system, we are about to go online. Spool up the turbines. If you try to start cold, the friction wins. You need to be vibrating before you open the door. You need to be at 1000 volts before you touch the weight. Spool up the turbines. This applies to your work. Don't just sit down and try to write the report. Build the charge. Clean the desk. Put on the headphones. Play the focus track. Create a ritual that signals to your brain, voltage is rising. You cannot go from 0 to 100 without a turbo. Be the turbo. Build the pressure until it is uncomfortable to sit still. Build it until your body wants to move just to release the tension. That is the capacitor reaching capacity. That is the moment to strike. The capacitor is full. The voltage is critical. You are vibrating with potential energy. If you are ready to discharge this power and bridge the gap, seal the circuit. Hit the like button. It is the sound of the breaker closing. The current is live. The charge is ready. But the air, the laziness, is still resisting. You need to bridge the gap. You need to exceed the breakdown voltage. This is the specific amount of energy required to turn the air into plasma and allow the lightning to strike. You cannot do this with logic. I should go to the gym because it's healthy. That is 12 volts. That is a AA battery. It won't jump the gap. You need high voltage. You need a sensory shock. Shock the system. You must use your environment to assault your own nervous system. This is the protocol of violence. 1. Thermal shock. Splash ice-cold water on your face, or step into a cold shower for 30 seconds. This is not for health. This is an electrical reset. It forces your eyes open. It spikes adrenaline. It breaks the sleep mode loop instantly. 2. Auditory shock. Put on your headphones. Max volume. Aggressive music. Do not play chill lo-fi beats. Play something that sounds like war. Sound is a direct line to the amygdala. It bypasses the lazy frontal cortex. It forces a reaction. Force the reaction. 3. Photic shock. Turn on every light in the room. Open the blinds. Look at the sun. Light signals the brain to wake up. Darkness signals sleep. If you are sitting in a dim room trying to get motivated, you are fighting your own biology. Flood the system with photons. When you stack these three, cold, sound, light, you create a voltage spike. You overwhelm the resistance. The air ionizes. The path opens. You don't decide to move. You are shocked into movement. Overwhelm the resistance. The amateur waits to feel good. The electrician knows that to start a massive motor, you need an inrush current that is 6 times higher than the running current. The start is supposed to be violent. It is supposed to be jarring. You are waking the dead. You are jump-starting a heart. You don't do that with a whisper. You do it with a paddle and 300 joules. Use the shock. When you feel the cold water hit your face, that is the arc flash. That is the moment you move. Don't think. Just ride the lightning. Ride the lightning. You have charged the capacitor. You have spiked the voltage. The spark has jumped. You are moving. Now you must ensure the current keeps flowing. You must ensure the circuit is closed and conductive. In electronics, resistance creates heat and waste. If your path to the gym has high resistance, the current will drop and you will stop. You must replace the rusty wires with superconductors. This is the concept of removing friction. Clear the line. Resistance takes many forms. Where are my shoes? Resistance. My headphones are dead. Resistance. I can't find my keys. Resistance. The car is low on gas. Resistance. Every one of these small obstacles acts like a resistor. It drops the voltage. If you hit 3 resistors in a row, the arc fails. You go back to bed. The electrician creates a zero resistance path. He lays the copper wire the night before. The bag is packed. The clothes are laid out. The bottle is filled. The keys are in the same spot. He ensures that from the moment of the shock, pillar 2, to the moment he is in the gym, there is zero friction. Grease the wire. The current follows the path of least resistance. You must make going to the gym the path of least resistance. It should be harder to not go than to go. If you sleep in your gym clothes, it is harder to take them off and put on pajamas than it is to just put on shoes. You have engineered the flow. This is circuit integrity. When the path is clear, the high voltage you generated flows smoothly into the machine, the workout. There is no loss of power. You arrive at the gym ready to kill, not exhausted from finding your socks. Preserve the power. This transfers to business. If you want to do deep work, clear the desk, close the tabs, remove the phone. Create a superconductive environment where the only thing you can do is work. If you have to search for the file, you lose the flow. The arc breaks. Be the architect of your own wiring. Don't ask your willpower to push through a bad circuit. Fix the circuit. Make it effortless for the energy to travel. When the voltage is high and the resistance is zero, you become unstoppable. Become a superconductor. This is the physics of starting. This is the high voltage protocol. You stop waiting for the feeling. You stop negotiating with the air gap. You become the master of the electrical storm. 1. The charge. Accumulate potential. Cut the leaks. Prime the coil. 2. The breakdown. Create the sensory spike. Use cold, sound, and light to bridge the gap with violence. 3. The closed circuit. Remove the resistance. Lay the copper wire so the current flows without friction. Static friction is the enemy. Voltage is the cure. You have the power plant inside you. Stop letting it sit idle. Flip the switch. If you are ready to generate the arc, if you are ready to go live, subscribe to this channel. This is the power station. And for your final connection, close the breaker. Comment below with voltage spike. It is your signal. The current is flowing. The machine is on. Now, shut this off. Shock the system. Close the circuit.